And we are recording.
Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
That's so ghetto.
I'll try it this way.
Okay.
Greetings. No. Okay, try it this way. Howdy
Oh, Howdy ho! Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Listen, you better get into that country era. Everybody going to it apparently.
No, I wasn't doing country.
This ain't Texas.
We don't
Ain't no hold on.
I'm trying to do like the plucky, the banjo.
Oh my gosh.
But that wasn't what I was doing.
Huh?
I was doing howdy ho,
Oh, I know what you was doing. Howdy ho.
Mr. Hanky.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I knew.
Okay, I'm about to say
You saw me do the whole hand.
Yes. What's the matter, Kat?
It's Christmas poo. My favorite is still Towley. That will always be my favorite episode.
What?
Huh?
What?
Like, doggone it, Towley. All you trying to do is get high. Like, anyways, welcome back, you guys,
Hey.
to another episode. Are we doing our original?
What is it?
It was Bible Act. She done forgot the intro.
This is so homemade.
It is so loud.
Tambourines really are loud.
They are very loud, y'all. So
Yeah.
we kind of apologize for the amount of volume that you hear when you that jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jangle, jangle. Jangling, jangling.
Jangling, jangling, jangling. So,
Ooh, I
anyways,
sound like my aunt.
yeah.
when I
Have
did
you
that.
had a song on your heart this week?
Have I had a song on my heart this week? No.
No.
This week has been really rough.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been humming anything. I guess if you're just gonna go back to it, that Texas song by Beyonce. Beyonce
Oh my
knows.
gosh, everybody
Caught
has
her.
that as their song right now, trying to get their feet up on the
I mean,
gram.
I don't. It's okay. What was that? It's okay. Like, I'm not. I'll preface this by saying, no Beehive members come for me, please.
Yes, please don't come. Well, at this point, come for us. We need. Listen, I don't care. Honestly, come for us. Let's boost those numbers.
That's fine. But excuse me. What I was gonna say was, I like certain songs of hers. Mm-hmm. I've never been like a huge fan, so it'll take some time for this country part to grow on me.
Yeah. Which is funny enough though, because you really vibed with her last album.
Oh, I did.
Whereas I
ain't gonna lie to you.
didn't. But you like, that dance type music. I'm all right with it, but
The reason why I vibe because it's like one continuous play, and I was like, "Oh, that's clever. You better go, girl."
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop and go. Like it just everything just built it together, and I was like, "Where do I stop? Pause. Like, let me take a break."
Yeah.
So she's like, "Nah, you can keep
like
going."
it just kept going.
Yeah.
It was almost like it sounded like it was all recorded in one long
take,
take session.
which is pretty cool.
It just wasn't my judge. Now, I don't mind country music. If anybody knows me, I am a huge Dolly Parton fan. I love Dolly
Did you buy her
Parton.
pancakes or the cupcake mix?
No, I did not.
You should.
I should, though. But I want to go to Dolly World so bad, and I want to see her in concert at least one time. Like, I really do like Dolly Parton, you guys. Apparently, I like old people because I like Anita Baker, too. But
You like who?
Anita Baker. We talked about that before. Like, I do like my old people. But, but I've always liked her. I know this is we talk about Bible stories here, and this is blacks, but I will tell you, because again, we keep it 100. One of my favorite movies growing up was Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I don't know why I was allowed to watch that as a child.
Nobody was watching you.
I watched it with my parents.
Oh,
I told y'all, like The Color Purple, I watched with my parents. That was
did
not
too.
something that you should probably really watch with
No.
your parents.
No,
And as a kid,
no.
you should kind of wait later in life. Like Brooklyn, my youngest, she hasn't seen it yet. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, you're not old enough yet.
what about the musical version? Would she see that one before seeing the
She don't like movies, and I talked to her about that yesterday, just actually, because she was like, movies are boring, and I'm like, dang, y'all, what are they? Gen Alpha, Gen Z, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
their attention span is like a gnat. I thought the millennials were bad, but her attention span is bad. Unless if it ain't Roblox, Fortnite, or her friends on the phone, it's like she'll watch TV shows though. She will watch TV series. Like she loves anime. We watch anime together, but. A movie, it's hard to get her to sit there.
Well, it's not just Gen Alpha or whatever their name is. I have a really, really good friend. She's like one of my best friends. She does not get into movies. It has to be like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what it is, but her attention span does not allow her to sit through an hour and a half of film. So there's like literal maybe 10 movies she can talk to you about.
Wow.
But other than that, it's like, nah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think we could vibe because being a military child and being as old as I am, cable really wasn't a thing for us growing up.
That's what I told my coworker. I'm like, certain things weren't, it's all you had was watching stuff.
Yeah, all we had was like blockbusters and or going to the actual movie theater. So, yeah, that's all we had. You didn't have cable. Cable came out. Dang, I'm telling my age. Cable came out probably when I was like 10. And then we moved overseas where they were like, what's cable? So there was, we're on an island. So there was we didn't have cable probably until I was 17, 16. Wow. That they finally brought it over to the island. So before you had one channel, Channel 8, FEN, Far East Network. That is exactly what you had. So that's all we had. So our world was if someone came back to the States for the summer and recorded, remember the music box? Yep. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And had all the music videos? We literally had VHS tapes full of stuff like that.
Well, I did the same thing.
Yeah. But we had to wait for someone to come to the States because people would come back to the States for the summer, record all this stuff, and then come back, and then we would dub it or we would watch it. So
as I'm sitting here, I'm trying to figure out why I recorded music videos.
I mean, because everybody was trying to learn the choreography back then.
That too, but maybe I felt like at some point they'll be obsolete. I don't know. But I have a bunch of VHS still at my mama's house in the garage.
Yeah.
They have videos.
My husband just made me get rid of a lot of mine.
Yeah, movies.
Listen, again, I'm dating myself. We had Rhythm Nation, the VHS movie compilation of videos.
Oh, Janet Jackson.
Yes.
The whole 18-minute or whatever it was.
Oh, it was more than 18 minutes, but it was, all of the songs. Yeah. Yes. I know y'all think that Miss Beyonce did that first with her visual album, but honestly, it was Michael Jackson. He did that with Moonwalker. We're just going to keep it 100 here.
Beehive, if you come in, please come with the open heart. Okay?
Yes, please come with the open heart. No, I loved it. That is one of my favorite albums of hers, actually. Loved it. Because
I will always give Beyonce her flowers, but yes, she was not the first.
No, she was not the first. But again, y'all go look up Moonwalker if you can find that. I think the whole thing might be on YouTube.
God, I love Moonwalker. Oh my God, I love
that. That little boy. He was so cute.
Who
the little boy? Yeah, the little boy. I think it was Dominican actually, but
he's black. It's Brandon Adams is his name. I have a crush on him. I know.
Oh my God. I still follow him on Instagram. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
But he was so doggone cute.
He's still fine.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Aw. Yeah.
He hearted one
of my. I can do that.
Right. He liked one of my comments on something. You know how like Instagram, different pages will, show whatever. So I was like, oh my God, Brandon Adams is still fine, childhood crush, blah, blah, blah. He liked it. I was like, oh my God. Sigh. Okay.
Yeah. So either way, but yes, that Rhythm Girl, because somebody actually, I think the Shade Room just made a post about, shout out to the choreographers back in the day.
Yeah.
And one of them was Anthony. I can't remember his last name, but he did the Rhythm Nation thing. And I was like, man, listen, let me tell you, I don't know how many times I rewinded that tape because I was trying to get that 5, 4, 3, 2. I couldn't even get. I've studied and studied that countdown with the hand, and I could still never get it.
Which one? Okay.
It was not the regular 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that. Then, yeah. We are a part of a Rhythm Nation. Ow!
Oh.
I know y'all are like, when are y'all gonna get to the episode?
We are. One more thing. Because you done put it in my head.
I'm sorry.
Janet Jackson, skip forward a couple years. Remember this video for If I
Girl,
Was
yes.
I try to do that choreography.
I remember a lot of guys be like, she's mumbling. I can't understand what's that. When I tell you I knew that whole song, sitting in here, sitting in your face with the eyes, and you don't give a damn. And to see, never let you look at me. How many nights I lay there over you? Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Listen, again, we're showing our childhood.
Every episode. It has to come back to that. That's so sad.
Good. I'm just saying.
I don't even know how to segue.
I have no idea how we even got there. Sorry, y'all. But again, y'all should know how we go.
Listen,
this is how we roll. That's just how
I was gonna do it. I don't like that song. I don't like that song.
I like the song. I didn't really like the video that much.
I like either one.
But then I was like, and then we found out she was pregnant. So I was like, she probably couldn't get a lot in that video.
It's beautiful.
I think it's cute though.
It's cute, but
that's just how
see, I gotta say this part real fast. I don't really vibe a lot of her music either.
Oh really? Man, her first and second album
was bad. I mean, bad isn't good.
Yes.
But then after a while, I was like, you going too far pop for me.
Yeah. Like, I can see that.
God, like Level Up. I'm sorry, I did not. I'll sing it because it's like pop culture now.
Level Up.
I was like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Really?
Listen, she got to do what she got to do.
She did, though. But Body Party is my jam, though.
Oh. Do, 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 bow, bow, bow.
Okay.
Speaking of parties. Yeah. There we go. Good segue.
All right.
On this episode,
hello,
we're going to talk about all of Jesus's miracles.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle of life. So there are, as Miss J found a quick summary, there are 37 miracles.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to go by them in chronological order. So we're going to kick it off with his very first episode. Miracle.
And this one is it's the one, I mean, if there was a miracle that defined the world of Bible by Blacks, I think this is it.
This is the one?
This the one.
Heck yeah.
And not the two.
I'm the one and not the two.
So this miracle is the ever popular where Jesus changes water into wine.
Yeah.
And I did not have any wine prepared for this part of our episode.
I don't think that would have been safe anyway.
I do have water. Let's see if Jesus can bless me while we do this.
Right. Absolutely. But I do think that we would be way off track if we really were on wine right now.
Oh, there would be no track. So that's how the story goes. So I'll just read briefly. Okay. It's in John. Well, this miracle is in John 2 in the New Testament. All right. So really quickly, on the third day, a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples, as we call them, had also been invited to the wedding. It doesn't say whose wedding it is. We can touch on that in a few. When the wine was gone, I'm giggling. Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no more wine." What do you think Jesus said? Virginia, what do you think he said?
What you want me to do about that?
Right. Basically, because he was like, "Woman, why do you involve me?" Because I don't think Jesus drank like that. So he's probably like, "That don't concern me. I'm not."
Right.
That ain't for me.
Yeah.
So he says, "Why do you involve me?"
He said, "I am a guest."
Right. And he said, "My hour has not
servant.
yet come." Basically, I think what that means to loosely translate is like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. This is not something you need to involve me with. This is their problem. This is a they problem, not a Jesus problem. Mm-hmm. His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you," he being Jesus. So he saw like, she done brought me in some stuff. So
wait a minute. I'm pause right there. Ain't that like a mama to do?
That is definitely
such a mother thing to do.
I was just talking about this today with my siblings.
Yes, any mom be like, "Oh, it's okay. Go ahead and give it to Regina. She'll do it." And you're like,
Mamas volunteer you for everything.
They would volunteer you. They would volunteer your space. Oh, we could do it at Regina's house. Well, no.
We didn't discuss that.
We did not. Well, your house is big.
So it's big for me.
But mamas, as y'all know, they quick to do that to you. Mamas and grandmamas. I don't know how many strangers she tried to have me have at my wedding. My grandma, because my mother unfortunately has passed away. But like, oh, you should invite cousin such and such. I've never even heard of cousin such and such. But just because they're in Georgia, you want me to invite them? I don't know them, Nana. Like it's like a third or fourth cousin, right? So it's like her sister's grandchild, and I'm like, that's so far removed from me.
No. My mom be like, "Oh, it's such and such birthday." I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna call him and say why? Do they know my birthday? Do they even know my name?"
Wow,
that's how I gave it her. But so yes, mamas volunteer their kids for everything. So she volunteered Jesus.
She sure
to
did.
Do something about
she
this.
She said, "I don't care that you Jesus and that you God's son."
Because I mean, for real, they're having it's a it's a party. There's a wedding. The reception be lit. Turn up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, the disciples. Okay, so the disciples are with him on this. Mm-hmm. So if he, was it Jesus that got the invitation, or his mama who bought Jesus, and Jesus just showed up with the disciples?
It just says they were all invited.
Was the disciples actually invited?
Let me read it back. It says his mama was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I am going to imagine it this way. Because again, the way my mind works. Mm-hmm. And first of all, King James is way shadier the way he talked to his mama. And he's like, "Woman, what that got to do with me?"
And I didn't realize I was an Abby.
But first of all, who you calling woman? I am your mama.
She lucky he didn't.
Right.
He lucky he didn't.
Right, because she should have just plucked him right in his forehead in front of all his friends. Like, I don't know who you're showing off in front of, but you're not going to talk to me like that.
She was still your mama.
Hmm?
You think she was allowed to do that though? A lot of actually disciplining.
If I have carried you not, see, and that's why I know she's black, because I know me. I'd be like, I don't care if you God's son or not. I done had you in my body for 9 months. I had to sacrifice and laying with my actual husband for you. So if I tell you to bring some wine to this party, you better bring the doggone wine to this party.
And by his earlobe.
Right. She probably should know. Like, if you don't, she talked to her teeth to him. She was saying, go over there and go make this thing happen. You making me look bad in front of my best friend and her kid's wedding. Go on over there and figure it out.
It's Jesus. Earthly mama.
Ooh, not earthly.
He being petty. Earthly mama, I told you this ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, how you doing? Because eyes be on him. Mm-hmm. I'm a guest. And so are you. And so was my team.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, he still did it right.
Right.
Exactly. Call me earthly mom if you want to. You still gonna go do it.
Right.
I feel like they rolled up though. They was like, "Hey, where the party at?" I'm pretty sure Jesus and the disciples was like, "Oh, we having a break from the miracles. We having a break from preaching. We about to have a good time."
You think the DJ announced it, but
coming through the door. Jesus and the disciples just arrived, y'all. I don't know if I really would want you at my wedding, because now the intention's off of me. It's on you.
Jesus in the building.
I'm sure. You think Jesus could dance?
I mean, he probably could cut a little rug.
You think he was like, what's his name, Wolf of Wall Street? Leonardo DiCaprio's character? If anyone's seen that, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. He was like,
he was pop locking. I think Jesus did a little holy two-step. He's like, I can't show too much. I can't do too much. I got a reputation, so it's, to the left and to the right.
Not too deep. I feel like Jesus got down. I feel like just like King David. I'm sure Mr. Jesus was like, I'm out. He said, I'm taking the ponytail out. Okay. I'm going to let my hair swing.
He tied up his robe.
Right. Tied it real tight. Was like, oh, we're about to have a good time. And the homie was like, where the party at?
So it got like this. They having a good time, you know, whatever. And then somebody said, wait. Hey, I'm a wine.
Right. So you think they was... So a wedding has happened.
Oh my God.
The vows have been exchanged.
I'm not going to get through this.
The cake has been cut.
One.
Right. The cake has been cut. The DJ has opened the floor.
Yeah.
And they having a good time. And people could run up to the bar or the service is going around pouring the wine. And somebody was back there was like, oh, this is the last glass. And Mother Mary happened to so hear it and went to Jesus and was like, hey, I just heard it on the last glass of wine. And he was like, he was on the dance floor, right? Because he killing it. He getting it.
What does that got to do with me?
He over there. It's Friday and I'm ready to swing, kick up. Like he down there grooving and he having a good time. And she like, hey, Jesus. And he's like, go, Jesus.
Go, mama.
Jesus.
Go, mama.
Jesus.
Go, mama.
Come here.
Oh. What's up? What's up, mama?
So she's like,
what's up?
The wine is out.
What?
The wine is out. What? The wine is out.
What that got to do with me? You see me in the middle of a groove, mama.
She was like, boy, go help them with the wine. And then look, here goes Simon Peter next to Jesus. What'd she say?
She said,
what are you supposed to do with that? Because again, this is the first miracle. So everybody's like, what's he supposed to do about that?
Okay, I got something. All right.
They got to do an electric slide.
He got to take a pause. I'll be right back. Okay. So to the text, he says, the earthly mama says to the servants, do whatever he tells you. Mm-hmm. Nearby stood 6 stone water jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing.
Okay.
Each holding from 20 to 30 gallons. So those are big.
That's pretty big.
Drums. So Jesus says to the servants, fill those up with water. And they filled them to the brim. Then he said, now draw some out. Draw meaning pour. Okay. And take it to the master of the banquet. So the master of the banquet is probably who? The father of the bride, probably?
Well, it says on the King James version, is the governor of the feast. The governor.
Why is there a governor of the feast?
First of all, this is a big wedding. Okay?
This is huge.
Because if the governor is there and Mr. Jesus and the Sipes are there, it's big.
They having a good time.
This is a good time.
Where the party at?
Man, I'm telling you, hey, where the party at? Girls, where the party at?
The bottles talking all of that.
Somebody on the stage. Hey!
Congratulations!
That's probably Bartholomew.
Right. I'm so done. Okay. All right. So the servants poured some out, and the master of the banquet, like you said, the governor of the feast, tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from. Though the servants who drew the water, they knew. So they was like, oh, about to turn it up now. Mm-hmm. So if you filled up a big drum of water, okay, and you took that same drum and in your cup, poured in your cup, and saw a clear substance that you put in there,
right,
turn red.
Yeah,
I'd been like, oh, it's about to be on. It's about to be. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Right. So, okay, where did he did not realize where he had come from. The servants knew that he called the bridegroom aside. And the bridegroom is usually the groom, right? That's the term for groom. All right, so he was like, all right, look. Everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now. So he thought that it was the groom's doing.
Right.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah. In other words, the governor was like, dang. Look, because he on the floor, too. And he drinking his wine. He like, you usually when I come to these functions, they be saving the worst ones for the end. But this right here, this is some good wine.
You know, dang. Right. What kind of grapes are y'all using for this?
He said, we using muscadine. This ain't no regular grape wine.
Summer wine. What
is this?
I bet you everybody in that reception, I want to make a toast.
Right.
I want to make a toast. No, I'm making a toast. I'm making a toast.
I'm sure once that got out and when someone heard, people was running up there. They was like, oh, they got more wine?
Man.
And was getting it in. Meanwhile, Jesus is back on the dance floor. Check the technique. He's back there. He's like,
my first miracle.
Right. That's his first miracle. That's another reason why you like. I know, I'm sure people have heard that joke before about he was black because his first miracle was
right.
Like of all things, but again, it really wasn't his choice. That was his mama's doing. He was trying to party,
but he knew what would keep the party going.
Right.
Was the abundance of wine.
Yeah. And if anyone knows how we get down, we like to party.
So let's go to the real world real quick.
Yeah.
When you had your wedding reception, was your reception dry or was it not?
Was it dry?
Yes.
No.
You had
well, I had liquor. Look, I not only did I have liquor, I was mad that I was hearing that the bartender was like kind of holding back. And I was like, man, all that liquor we got back there. We ended up leaving with so much liquor because they were... They said they were trying to make sure people were going to be safe. And I was like, if you don't pour it up...
Yeah.
We have more than enough. And if you see that, yes, someone might be a little bit out, we'll hold them back. Don't worry about that. We are here to have a good time.
No shade to the people that, choose to have dry functions. Yeah. But that's not me and my people, my family.
I'm shading you. I'm looking at you left eye. Don't have me come to your function. Not a wedding.
Function.
Yes.
A function, that keyword, function.
Right. And you don't serve, even if you are on a limit and you have to do drink tickets, I don't care. That's fine. But don't have nothing. Nothing.
So let me tell y'all a story real quick.
Oh, Lord.
I don't really care. I don't care.
Go for it.
I don't care. So part of my family is, pretty standard Christian, but they can... I don't want to say they take it too far, but they follow certain principles, and being imbibing in spirits is one of them that they don't particularly do.
Libations,
except one of my uncles. It was a party for one of my cousins. Okay, surprise party, and I already knew. I know when I go see this part of my family, I'm like, I ain't gonna ask. Just you used to it. My uncle pulled me to the side. He was like, I got some bottles in the back kitchen. I said, Uncle, what? He said, don't worry about it. Just pour it back here. Take it back to your table. I was like, okay. I ain't gonna tell you no.
Right.
But it was like, maybe 1 or 2 bottles. Yeah. But he was like, no, I'm celebrating my baby. I'm gonna have a little drink. And my uncle used to be a whole deacon.
If people so choose not to partake in that celebrational part of the function, that is your choice. But I don't think that you should withhold back. I don't understand where that connection ever came from. People, again, sometimes I think take things a little bit too far when they read the Bible. There is nothing wrong with enjoying libations.
We see it right here.
If Jesus' wine was that good and somebody was out there partying so hard and they decided to just strip naked, yes, now you have a problem. You don't took it too far. That's where I think the problem lies, when people go a little bit too far.
Yes,
you need to learn how to control yourself. But ain't nothing wrong with drinking in some spirits, as people like to call them, and having a good time, getting a little bit of a buzz from it.
You gotta know your limits.
But you don't need to be drunk. Okay, you don't need to be Mad Dog 2020 drunk,
sloshed.
Yeah, passed out, peeing on yourself, can't drive home. That's not
called
cool.
Intoxication.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I don't think it was going that far. But as you can see, out of function, yes, and this ain't saying when you home by yourself you need to drink a whole bottle of wine either. I ain't saying that either. That's a little bit of a problem. But if it's a celebration or a function or a gathering or whatever, I don't think there's anything wrong with having fun. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the hardest things, I think, from us growing up on the Baptist side. Even though, of course, like I said, my parents say they like to drink. They do. But there's certain of that stipulation of, like you said, like, oh, you're not supposed to have no liquor. Oh, you're not supposed to dance to gospel music. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't listen to anything but gospel music. All that stuff that comes along with it. But it's like, yeah, no. I don't think that's what at all they're saying here. No. But again, everything I think Jesus liked to party. Okay?
He liked to party. It's right there.
He liked to party. Hey.
Again, be high. Don't come. If you come with a good heart.
Listen, when the pearly gates open, whenever that time comes, they already said it's opening with a trumpet. It's going to be a celebration. People going to be dancing.
You better dance.
I'm sure Jesus himself will be on a cloud, a nimbus cloud, dancing, breaking it down. And I don't care if you are, what's his name? Would you say who was it you had a crush on? Brandon
Adams. Oh
yes, God. And I'm pretty sure he still dances. But I bet you can't out dance Jesus.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
Don't even try.
I bet you won't. I bet you can. Okay. I bet you won't. I bet you can. I don't think so.
Let me see somebody try to get in a dance battle with Jesus.
Man, I would be here for it. If he started doing the warm.
What's the song from Served? Fat Man Scoop.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I go with every time. And then the Sipes pipe like, go Jesus, go Jesus. They in the back, it's your birthday. They're hyping them up. Go. And that is why I said earlier, I don't think I would want him at my party. You were about to show me out on the floor.
He probably, yeah. So what do you think the bride was like? She was like, this is my wedding.
She's sitting in a chair with her nose turned up.
But she better not have nose turned up, because if it wasn't for him, your party would have been dry, ma'am.
Yeah, you're going to have two types of brides. Either you're going to have the one that's sitting there with the nose turned up like, I can't believe he's taking over my wedding. Or you're going to have one out there trying to dance with Jesus. She going to have her shoes off and she going to be like, yeah, Jesus is at my wedding.
Taking pictures. Because if he wasn't there, when the last pour of the actual
let me tell you right now,
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, people would have been like, oh, it's time to go.
I've seen that happen in real life.
Everybody be like, hey, it's her last call for alcohol. Go and get your coat. Let's go. Because ain't nobody expecting it to be a good time.
I mean, and again, this is not to say that you need to have spirits of a good time. You don't. Mm-hmm. I've had many a night where it's just like me and my crazy, silly self. But Lord, when you get that good Jesus, they call it Jesus juice sometimes.
Jesus juice.
It's a turn up. So
it absolutely is.
Shout out to the first miracle that our man Jesus.
Shout out to the one and only Mr. Jesus.
One and only. Now there's some others as we continue on that he did. Yep. You wanna look at a few of these?
Yeah, I went to the very next one, which is Jesus heals an official son at
Capernaum.
Oh, you know I was gonna mess it up. Capernaum.
Capernaum. I just said Capernaum.
In Galilee.
So, before you get there, so after this, the first miracle, Jesus, his mama, and the disciples and his peoples, they all stayed in Capernaum for a couple of days. So this is how he gets to the second miracle.
So if the wedding was in
Cana of Galilee.
Cana.
I don't know the look now. I don't know no maps. I don't know the
logistics. Right. I'm like, how was that party? Was the party just kept going and kept traveling?
I think that after the wedding, they're like, okay, we're gonna keep going. So clearly, he was on his way to Capernaum, or just around the land to spread God's word.
Yeah.
So Capernaum was the next stop.
Okay.
So what I'm saying
is, next stop on the tour.
Right. I'm not doing this. I'm not. Okay, yes, it's next stop on the tour.
I'm telling y'all, this was a whole tour that was going on. Obviously, the first stop was a party.
Right. So the next stop is in Capernaum, and they're trying to figure out where the next party is. But then they come upon somebody's son who's sick.
Yeah. So it says Now, after 2 days, he departed thence and went into Galilee. For Jesus himself testified that a prophet hath no honor in his own country. Then when he was come into Galilee, the Galileans received him, having seen all the things that he had did in Jerusalem at the feast. I'm assuming they're referencing the actual wedding. Mm-hmm. For they also went into the feast. So Jesus came into Cana of Galilee, where he made the water into wine. And there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he heard it, Jesus was come out of Judea into Galilee. He went unto him, I know, right? And besought him that he would come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. And then Jesus said unto him, except ye see signs and wonders, you will not believe. So in other words, he already knew this was about to be his path. Like, I have to keep on with doing these miracles so that people could regain their faith and believe. Right. So the nobleman said unto him, Sir, come down, ere my child die. In other words, can you come down, or else my child is going to die? And Jesus said to him, go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed the word of Jesus had spoken to him, and he went on his way. And he was now going down. His servants met him and told him, saying, thy son liveth. Then inquired him of them the hour when he began to mend. And they said unto him, yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him. And the father knew that it was the same hour in which Jesus said to him, thy son liveth. And he himself believed, and his whole house. This again is the second miracle that Jesus did when he came out of Judea and Galilee. So in other words, this is like I was saying last time when I was like, I don't need to join live, because it happened with this person. It happened with that woman when they was like, just send word. Mm-hmm. Now this man didn't ask for that. This man actually was like, oh, I need you to come right now and come heal my son. He's about to die. And Jesus was like, listen, your son is healed. He lives.
Holla.
Yeah. He was like, I don't, but if you're expecting me to travel the time that it took you to get here and just to heal him, he could pass. I can just speak
literally
the word of letting him be, continue to live and be healed, and he will be fine. And all they had to do was say that to the man, and the man believed it. Now, it's interesting that this happened right after the party, because I'm wondering if that man had not heard about that first miracle of that he was able to turn water and wine, would he have believed his word? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's why it made that comment that Jesus was like, okay, I have to continue on doing these miracles or else people aren't going to believe. So for that first miracle to happen and that man to experience it, and him being able to believe in the fact that, okay, Jesus can do miracles. And if he could turn water into wine, he for sure can heal my child. And by Jesus saying to him, your child liveth, he believed it. And by him believing it, his child was healed. And so I think that's an interesting story for me, because I think it rings true nowadays when it comes to a Christian. A lot of people are like, oh, how can you have faith? We don't see miracles anymore. You got to believe.
Child, look, it's been a while since I've had like an actual miracle take place. No, I am not going to say that. I rebuke that, because with a certain family member, yes, a miracle has taken place. Let me take that all the way back. But yes, I agree with you. A lot of people want to actually see tangible evidence of miracles taking place. And in my situation, that was tangible enough for me and my family, because what we saw, we were like, this ain't it. That's the wrap, folks.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's a swift turnaround. So you cannot tell me.
Right.
Okay. That's enough for me. That was enough.
Yeah. So, and I think it's, that one to me is important, because it does ring true today, that you have to believe, you guys.
You do.
In his word, and that his word ring true. And
amen.
Hey, amen. Sometimes a word cometh on this podcast.
On this podcast.
Yes. Not all the timeth.
We'll be too busy being silly.
Which we're about to go back into.
Okay. Let me just tell you really fast. Yeah. I pulled up a map of the Holy Land. Galilee is like the area.
Okay. And then, like the state?
Yes. And then Capernaum and it's right nearby the Sea of Galilee. And then Cana and Nazareth are like a few sections down, so they're like all like right there.
So it's like little cluster towns or villages.
So it probably didn't take
within
much,
Galilee,
right? To go back and forth from Capernaum to Cana and Nazareth, it didn't take him that long.
Right, on the humpback of a camel. I'm pretty sure it was like an hour.
Humpback, quick letter I. Okay, sorry. But look, Jerusalem and Bethlehem, that's way down there.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure is some bit of a travel time.
Mm-hmm. So the next miracle, number 3, Jesus drives out an impure spirit. Now this is the one that we had said the disciples didn't want no parts of. When they went down their list of things to do, they said, "Nah, we gonna skip this part right here because I don't want to have to deal with nobody spitting on me, nobody head spitting around. I won't do that."
Right. This is covered in 2 books.
Yeah.
It says this is in Mark 1:21-27, and also in Luke 4:31-36. You have Luke open.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Mark's version.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna read real quick.
Go for it.
It says he went down to Capernaum, a town in Galilee, and on the Sabbath he taught the people. They were amazed at his teaching because his words had authority. Amen. In the synagogue, there was a man, and I get really like chills because I do not like possession stories, and I'm gonna push through this.
Okay.
There was a man possessed by a demon and impure
protected by
spirit.
the blood, man.
He cried out at the top of his voice, "Go away! What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." "Be quiet," said Jesus sternly. "Come out of him." Then the demon threw the man down before them all and came out without injuring him. All the people were amazed and said to each other, "What words are these? With authority and power, he gives orders to impure spirits, and they come out." And the news spread about, what he did. Mm-hmm. So thank you for being quick, biblical text.
Yeah,
because I don't need no description of what had happened and what it looked like.
You're like, let's be in and out.
Right.
So in the Mark version, it says,
"Why are you laughing?"
Because I'm telling you, the King James be a little bit more shady. It says, he went into why can I not pronounce this? Capernaum. There you go. And he entered the synagogue where they taught, and they were astonished at his doctrine, and he taught them as one had authority and not as the scribes. And it said there was a synagogue man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, "Let us alone. What have we done to thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God." And Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Hold thy peace." Okay? "And come up out of him." So in other words, he says, "Shut your mouth and get the hell on." Okay? That's what he told it. And the unclean spirits torn him and cried with a loud voice and came out of the man. And they were all amazed, and so much that they questioned among themselves, saying, "What is this? And what doctrine? And what new doctrine is this? For with authority commandeth he even the unclean spirits, they do obey him." Immediately his fame started spread abroad throughout all of the region around of Galilee.
So I have a little question.
Yeah.
Why? It doesn't say it, but okay. So the man was clearly possessed in the synagogue. Mm-hmm. There's other people in there.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, Gerald tripping again.
Right. Why he? First of all, you in a synagogue. Ain't the synagogue like a temple type thing?
Yes. So, it's a holy dwelling.
Right. So
how you even get in there?
Well, they be saying all the time that ain't always 100%, that, that unclean spirits can enter into churches and whatnot.
See?
And it's right there in the Bible. Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm not sitting next to Gerald. Mm-mm. If Gerald acting up, I'd be like, something ain't right.
Because Gerald will give you a hint.
Right.
That he cutting up or something is not right with him.
Yeah.
He gonna look at you sideways, literally. Turn this up.
Right.
Nope. No. Excuse me. Nope. Nope. Y'all got room over there?
Do you think it was like...
I'm finna go.
Jesus came like busting up in that temple, like... Or like him and the Sipes is walking down the street. He like, hold up.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right over there in that synagogue. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
So the people inside the synagogue were like, "Lord, Gerald, just we can't control him right now. Something got a hold of Gerald." Mm-hmm. And he probably hears all the commotion and, all the chairs flying.
I think Jesus felt it in the spirit. Like, something ain't right over there.
Let's stop here, y'all. And here go the disciple. You can handle that.
Right. Disciples is like, what?
I'm not doing that. Who did we say in the last episode who was against Judas?
Yes, Judas.
He's like, nope.
Judas is like,
you know he be in the back. He's in the last of the line.
Right.
Like, nope.
Look, they all riding in the row on all the camels and horses, and Jesus throw up his hand. Stop.
Like Malcolm X.
Right. Stop. He throw that right hand up, and everybody's hope. Everybody hope. And then Judas back. Why are we stopping?
What did he say?
Yeah. What did he say? Why are we stopping? I don't know. He just said stop.
I bet you somebody was walking. They said stop, Judas. They just because like they could hear stop.
Like he said stop.
He just said stop.
Why are we stopping for?
Judas,
then,
hold on.
Just like something ain't right. And gets off the camel. They have to now get off the camels or horses and follow. And they're like, "What you doing? Where you going?" No, just stay close. Stay close by. Mm-hmm. And then they go in the synagogue, and he probably came busting up through that curtain type door because I don't think they had. Well, they did have doors back then, but he probably came busting in there and was like, "Spirit,
get out,
thyself,
out,
get out."
So Gerald is he's being used as the medium right now.
Right.
So as soon as the spirit comes out, Gerald's like, "What happened?"
Right. He probably landed on the floor. Comes to him, huh? Why I'm on the floor?
No, here go. Was that Jesus?
Right. Right. Because I bet you Jesus ain't stay to talk to anybody. He did what he had to do and turned around and left.
Wait, Jesus. Thank you.
Look, here go Jesus. I know y'all can't see, but basically he did the 2-finger kiss and blew it.
I'm holding myself. I'm sorry.
That's how he rolled. And my
That's
Jesus.
just how.
He put the song back on. He probably said, "Bob, hit play." And then he started playing. It's like, "That's just how we roll. You know what it is, and they get back on the camels.
Look, they clopping.
Right.
That's just how we roll.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so all right.
Then there's a couple of other ones. We're not gonna again. There's 37.
Yeah, a lot of it deals with him healing sick people.
Right. So he goes on to heal actually Peter's mother-in-law. I'm assuming this is Peter Simon Peter.
Yeah.
Who was sick with fever. Mm-hmm. He also heals many sick and oppressed at the evening. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that was a mass.
I'm sure it was.
Right, like a mass visitation. He was like, everybody at one time. Then there's the first miraculous catch of fish. Now, this one I don't know.
I don't know this one either.
Okay, we're going to look at this one. This is Luke 5, 1 through 11. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think this is the 2-piece fish dinner.
It surely is not the 2-piece.
No.
Luke 5, 1 through 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says, one day, as Jesus was standing by the lake of even that one I can't do. Gennesaret?
Gennesaret.
Sure. The people were crowding around him, listening to the word of God. He saw at the water's edge 2 boats left there by fishermen. They love fishing in this other land, who were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, one belonging to Simon, and asked him to push him out a little bit from the shore. Then he sat down and taught the people from the boat. When he finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything, but because you say so, I will let down the nets." When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come and help them, and they came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. So when Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish that they had taken, and so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. These were the fishermen of his disciples. Mm-hmm. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people." So they pulled their boats up on shore, left everything, and followed him. So what they do with the fish? What they do with the fish?
I don't know. Did they pack it in their knapsacks and take it with them as they travel across the lands?
So, okay.
So in King James, they actually, funny enough, consolidated this story. It just says, it came to pass that the people pressed upon him to hear the word of God. He stood by the lake of Gennesaret, whatever it's called, and saw 2 ships standing by the lake. But the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered into one of the ships with Simon, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now, when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. And Simon answered, said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net.
Let me pause you really fast. You think Simon was lying? Because why he getting all emotional?
I think it's been a long day.
Okay.
Because, they've been traveling and he's been preaching and Simon's like, listen, we already was trying to get us catch some food. Ain't nothing happened. Like, he's like, but he was like, we already did that. We've been working all night and we haven't received anything. He said, but you know what? Nevertheless, because you're asking me to do it, I'm going to go ahead and let down the net again. And when he did it, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes and it was so much that it broke their net. And they beckoned unto their partners, which were at the other ship, to help them that they could, pull the fish in. And they came and filled both ships so much that they began to sink. And when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down on Jesus' knees, saying, Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. For he was astonished, and all that were with him, of the draught of the fish that was taken. So in other words, Simon Peter was like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. He was like, I'm not worthy. Shame on me for doubting you and your word and who you are, because he made that comment. Like, I mean, here again, how, first of all, everybody knows how black people are when we get hungry and tired. He was probably hungry and tired. And so when Jesus was like, go put the nets out, he was like, man, listen, we've been here all day and I've already did that. I already been out here trying to catch this fish. Yes, I'm telling you, black people, I already been out here and I've been trying to catch these fish while you been over there talking to people. What you think I've been doing? He probably was, hungry and tired.
Jesus, you got too much dip on your chip.
And then
calm down.
Look, I don't even think Jesus had to say all that. He probably looked at him. And that's when Simon's like, all right, say less. I'm going to go ahead and go do it because you're telling me to do it. We're going to see what happens. But I already know, like, probably also because he was a fisherman, he's probably was like, why are you asking me to do? I already know what to do. I've already been doing that. I know how to catch fish, Jesus.
So basically, he was flexing a little bit.
Right.
I know how to catch fish. You are a carpenter. Let me do my job.
Not
that's
you are the carpenter.
Why. Well, it isn't say it in there, but.
No, you're right. But yeah, he probably was.
That's why he fell at his feet like, oh my God, my bad, I'm sorry.
Right. He probably came to when he saw it and was like, I don't even know why I was talking to you, Greasy. I don't even know. I'm so sorry. I am not worthy of your presence.
Right.
Please, in other words, please forgive me.
Right.
Please. Because I mean, if he's saying we toiled all night, like I'm pretty sure he's like, man, we've been working all night. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I've been out here trying to catch these fish, and then you talking about me go put the net out again, man. That net been out there for 5 hours, and so and then he go throw it out, and then miraculously, because of course it's a miracle, all these fish start multiplying and showing up now. I am going to assume again, this has happened before the 2-piece fish dinner, I'm assuming.
This is before, yeah.
And so they hadn't seen, again, anything like that. But this isn't, at this point now, this is the 4th, 5th miracle, I think.
This is number
6.
Yep.
So you again, you got to let the best get to you because you done seen 5 other miracles. Why you think if you can turn water into wine, cast out demons? Why you over here worried about whether or not he can get the fish to come up jump into the net?
Because like you said earlier, you need something tangible. So like in his mind, I do this. I'm a fisherman by trade.
Right.
I know when the water is this low, we ain't gonna get no good draw.
Meanwhile, Judas in the back like, here we go. He about to show off again.
It's by his 6th time.
Right. Here go the 6th miracle. Because the girls is back there like, oh my God. He's like, yes.
Awesome. What is that? Swy? Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, dang. He said, we couldn't get no snapper or anything like that.
No, he's like, it's just tilapia.
Right. Yeah. What y'all getting carried away for? It's just tuna. I don't understand why y'all so excited. Ooh, such a hater.
Right. And even Chilean sea bass.
I'm telling you. That's why Jesus knew. Jesus was like, you know what?
Got you. I bet you after every miracle, he went and looked. He was like, yeah.
He probably just did the up and down look.
This is Bible by Blacks. He's like, yep.
He probably did.
I see you.
He was
we see that look all the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I see you. We see each other.
We see each other.
We see each other. Is
He said, I said what I said.
I wonder if he ever lost his temper with them. We know he loses his temper when he goes into that temple, but I wonder if he ever lost his temper with them. Like, God, got it, you guys.
He probably did.
Stop questioning me. Stop questioning me.
He was.
I already showed y'all 5 other miracles. You over here talking about what's going to happen, how stuff going to get in here. You trying to over here tell me how you fish. I've been... She's got me popping off every day. I've been here since the beginning of time, okay?
Jesus, we didn't mean it. Sorry. You know, a lot of your disciples, we in the real world. So we okay.
Don't be questioning me.
Okay, what's the next? Where are we going next?
Let's see. So after that one, he cleanses the man with leprosy, which you guys all know about that one. And then he heals the paralyzed man, which we talked about. That's the hole in the roof.
Yes.
I believe that's part of that miracle. Oh, well, no, that's 2. Actually after that one. So what's that one?
So there's 2 we don't got to go over them, but there's just 2. There's one. So one dude was paralyzed and a paralyzed servant in Capernaum, and then the one who was let down from the roof, the
hole in the roof.
The hole in the roof.
Right.
Okay. So then we go on. He heals a man's withered hand on the Sabbath. He raises a widow's son from the dead. He calms the storm. So that calm the storm story is actually in the children's Bible. And I don't know, we don't got to really go through it, but basically the people in the boat were like, oh my gosh, the storm. It's a lot going on. Help. Because he was in back sleep. And he woke up. He being Jesus like, all right, look, calm down. And then the water subsided. So,
yeah.
All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this first part episode on Jesus' miracles. We'll be back to see what he pops off with in part 2. See y'all next week.